All right, Buff Nation, what is going on? Hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. We already got Outsider in the house. What's going on, Outsider? But here, this is always, no shade to the rest of the people that I collaborate with, but this is always the show I look most forward to. I'm not lying. To this might upset a lot of people, but we're here back at it again. Rawhide here to piss off Buff Nation. Here to talk about our lovely Colorado Buffaloes, man. Rawhide, how are you doing, man? You're looking great again. Love the blue and yellow Charger stuff you got going on. You're looking great, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to LaDainian Tomlinson, man. He was a man. If he was playing today, he'd be all world. Not saying that he wasn't then, but yeah, he could be used even better in today's time.
Yes, no doubt about it, man. Well, we got a lot to talk about, but I think last time that we connected was right before the Kansas State game, and since then, been 1-1. We lost to Kansas State, of course, but then we bounced back against Arizona. Man, what were your thoughts on this Arizona game, man? Were you kind of expecting the game to kind of go like that? I sure wasn't, but man, when they started off with an onside kick, I felt great.
Yeah. Anytime a team starts off an onside kick, they already acknowledging that they got some issues on the team. And but you kind of know how I felt. I mean, after the Nebraska game, I think Arizona went out there and showed out with all the passing yards and all the receiving yards. And remember, we did a show. I told you, guys, they'll beat Arizona.
Yes.
Remember that? Yeah.
Yes.
I said they'll beat Arizona. I always had them beating Arizona. And to all of the Arizona fan base that do follow me, that hates me to death. I think the Arizona fans hate me more than anybody, to be honest with you. But to all them, hey, I told you.
Dude, it feels so great, man, to see their team freaking suck, dude.
Bro,
it feels great,
bro. I don't know who they thought they were. I'm like, Colorado and Arizona are eerily similar, but Arizona won't accept the fact that they've been bad for years. They had one outlier season, bro, and then they all of a sudden they don't even accept that. I'm like, bro, come on, man.
No, man.
Honestly, Colorado's more of a historic program than Arizona. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
Thank you. Yeah.
Man,
yeah, the arrogance, man. The arrogance. Nah, man, not anyway. Let's get on this. The arrogance that they treated us with over the entire year after losing their coach. And they bring in this guy, Brett Brennan, man. This guy, he just seems like a lame duck head coach, man. This guy's got no energy. He's got no riz. I don't know why any of these guys stuck around a program like Arizona, but I'm sure they're all regretting possibly, throwing away some money that could have been made, man. But someone in my stream an hour ago brought up maybe Noah Fafita transfers to CU, but I say hell no, hell no. We're not building our program around a 5'10" quarterback, man. We're not doing it. We're not doing it, man.
You sure about that?
Yes. And you do not mistake 6 feet or 6'1" for 5'10". I'm not doing it, man. This is what I said, Raw. You can get away with it if you're Oregon with freaking Dylan Gabriel, dude, because he got one of the best lines in college football, man. But out here, Noah Fafita with this line, no.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to stretch out Julian, man. We're gonna have to stretch him out.
Yeah, that's why I said sure about that.
I thought he was 6'1". I thought he was 6'1". I thought he reaches the threshold. Man, I'm out on.
Hey, he's a stop 6'1".
Oh man, I'm out on Julian Lewis now, man. I'm just.
Oh my God, that is people. I do not agree with these sentiments that Dave carry right now. We totally disagree on this point. We don't agree on that point. You know what I'm saying? I know he likes the nice traditional Peyton Manning 6'4", you know what I'm saying, 220 pounds. You know what I'm saying? You like that, but you know what I'm saying, I mean, if a guy can play, he can play. That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah. Well, there's just not many guys who are 5'10" that can play. So, they can go have their Rudy moment with another team, but it ain't gonna be this school. It ain't gonna be this school. And yeah, hopefully Julian Lewis, man, we can, he's got another growth spurt like Dennis Rodman had after high school left in him. But anyways, Rawhide, aside from that, man, what did you think about the performance, man? We saw, Charlie Offerdahl, do his thing at the end of the game. I'm really curious on your thoughts with the rotations that we saw with the offensive line, man. Like, is this a sore subject for you? I'm trying to find something to fire you up a little bit, but
Oh, well, 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 you know, it's like, well, you know, when you're doing what you're supposed to do, right? It's calming, right? That's what it is. They had more rushes than they did pass attempts, and don't think I did not hear you and your boy Buff Blitz or something talk about Charlie Alfredal, bro. Don't think I didn't hear you that. I heard it.
Yeah, man, he looked like Christian
Yeah,
McCaffrey out
yeah,
there, man.
yeah. I heard that. I heard all of it. Yeah, I heard all of it. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Charlie, bro. I think he has the longest run of the season. I think you all mentioned that, and so shout out to Charlie, bro. And honestly, man, these are the type of football games that I think me and you, honestly,
Yes.
and especially you being a Colorado Buffalo true fan. You know, y'all truly believe in handing the ball off, so you should have been ecstatic about what you seen against Arizona.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Was it just a cool
Oh, and let me
game?
also say, let me give RJ his credit. RJ told us about the Wade kid, young man. Shouldn't call him a kid, but the Wade young man. He got out there and he was able to
Dude.
show up and look okay. He looked okay.
Yeah, 2 sacks on 11 snaps. I'll take that every week. That was great. I want to see more of him, man. And I liked how we lined him up a couple times as like a box linebacker, other times out of edge, just like they did at Kentucky, man. RJ called it. RJ called it. But regarding Keaton Wade, man, he's got 3 games left to play in the regular season. Which ones do you want him playing in?
Oh, well, first, I guess the first question is that I guess I want to see him Oklahoma State. I want to see him. I guess the last 3, I would say.
You want to see in the last 3. So we don't need them for Cincinnati, Texas Tech. You want them for those last 3?
Well, I think the Cincinnati game. I don't want to be premature in the conversation, but you know how I feel about Cincinnati. I think this should be an easy victory for Colorado. So you know what I mean. Do you want him? And I think he has some ability. He got some talent. I like his size also. I think he's more of an edge rusher. But you mentioned that before on your on the show previously. I mentioned talking to RJ. Could he be an off-ball linebacker? Can he do that? He told me he can do that also. So he may have some versatility, right? And you know what I'm saying, with his skill set. So I don't know, but I think I'd like to see him the last 3 games though. That's what I'd like to see. And then also in the bowl game. Because the bowl game doesn't count against you.
No, and yeah, we still got a chance, man. If we handle our business, we have a chance to get into that conference championship game. Losing this tiebreak, this thing to Kansas, losing this game to Kansas State, it's such a thorn in our side with all of these tiebreakers, man. With all of these tiebreakers, I was going through them on Tuesday, and if you didn't play each other, then it's like, okay, what was your record against common opponents? Okay. And if that's the same, then it's like, well, what was your record against the highest ranked shared opponent you had? For all of those, it's Kansas State, man. So
Yeah.
That could end up being bad if these teams end up beating Kansas State. But man, you're right. Go
Who
ahead.
do we have now? How many undefeated? Is it Iowa State and BYU undefeated right now?
Yeah.
Who set Kansas State with 1 loss, conference loss?
Texas Tech and us
With 1
and Cincinnati.
Right. Okay.
So essentially, there's 6 teams left in the running.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be eerily similar to the SEC's the same way. I mean, it's stacked up at the top. You know what I'm saying? And we don't know how this is gonna play out. And the same thing with Colorado. I mean, I think they need to win this. This is a game that I think everybody had them beating at the beginning of the season, like calling an easy victory. And I'm sticking to that. So they have to win this game, right?
Yes.
They got to.
Yes.
You got to get the gimmies. You know, you got. I mean, I agree with Brian Howell. Baylor, Cincinnati, and Colorado State. Yes. Those are the 3, and they got 2 of the 3. So I totally agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Now, like, have you watched much of Cincinnati? Like, the only stuff that I've really watched are some of the longer highlight tapes that they had against like Texas Tech and one of their other games. But what are your thoughts on them right now as a program, as a team?
Well, you got to give the head coaches credit. I mean, I don't think anybody saw this coming from Cincinnati at this point in the season. They defensive coordinator Tyson Vettit, a guy from Iowa State. Iowa State thinks that they invented the 3-3-5 defense, so he likes to do that. Yeah, they do, bro. They really do. But anyway, so that 3-3-5 from that defensive standpoint, man. The question is that I think that's an advantage for Colorado because Cincinnati typically don't blitz, so they generally rush 3 all the time. The question is, are you going to be able to block the big boy? Send that defensive tackle. I think his name is what is it? Deontay Corleone.
Corleone, yeah.
Corleone, yeah. He had some blood clots earlier in the season. He's back playing. He played against Pitt. Then you got those other 2 guys that defensive Eric Phillips and Jared Bartlett. So those guys, if they can block those guys, if 5 blocking 3, you would think that that's an advantage for Colorado. I think Cincinnati, I can't recall the game that there was. Was it somebody they let back in the game? Why? Because the quarterback sits there and has all day. If they're gonna play like that against Colorado and Shedeur Sanders, then you may look at a 500-yard day from Shedeur. You have to get pressure on Colorado, and they're not one of the teams that typically rush or blitz a lot. So I think that bodes well to them. And on the offensive side of the ball, I will say this. I think at this point in the season, Cincinnati is probably the best offense that they're going to they're gonna play. So you're gonna have a few challenges on defense, but overall, I think it looks good for Colorado. What about you?
Yeah, this is a game that, man, we gotta handle business, man. But I always feel like sometimes I still don't fully trust the team, when we're like expected to go out there and win, right? But seeing them go out and handle business against Arizona, I think, is a really good sign, that they're starting to kind of find their groove, right? And we just need to get off to those fast starts at home. I still got Colorado winning. I think I might have predicted like 11 points or something like that. It would be great, man, if we'd be able to blow them out. But right now, it seems like, man, we always let these opponents kind of hang around in that first half. But if we can exercise that demon, I really do see us handling business. I think you're right. Like, in terms of this offense, to me, they're not like a one-trick pony, such as UCF or Arizona. This is a team that can win multiple ways. And that provides a unique challenge that, I don't think a lot of the other opponents that we have moving forward with their offense kind of provide that sort of threat. So we got to be locked in, man. We got to be locked in. We got to get off to a fast start. Let's play with the urgency of a second half in the first half. And, let's give them the ball. Let's have our defense stop them and then go score. If we can do that, I feel great about the outcome of the game, man. If we just handle that first quarter. But I'm not stressed about this game, but I am, and I'm confident, but I am. There's a part of me that's a little nervous about it.
Are you? What makes you nervous, though? Why are you nervous about it?
Maybe I'm just letting this late game stuff get in my head, man. Maybe that's really it, or just
Oh,
like
not the sun in the sky
I
theory.
know, man, isn't it? But Colin brought up a great point. I chatted with Colin yesterday, Ra, and he said they're going back 2 time zones. They're gonna feel like this game's kicking off at 10:30, and hopefully that helps. Do you read much into that about, us struggling to play good at home at night with the
No,
lights on, any of that?
absolutely.
Is it because we're sitting around all day just waiting for the party to start? Like, what, why is that, man?
No, absolutely not. I don't get into that. I just think who was the loss to? Who was the loss to at night? Was it Kansas State?
Yeah.
But I mean, so and I was gonna say this earlier. Kansas State was not a bad loss. I mean, coming into the season, right? Everybody knew that Kansas State, hey,
They were
we may
about
be
that.
like, well, hey, we want them to win, but if you lose that, that's expectation. All right, we keep it moving, right? So the I can't I'm not gonna blame whether the sun is up or down on that, right? Bro, I can't do it. I'm sorry, I can't, because honestly, the advantage when you play these Central and Eastern time zone teams, which they hadn't played an Eastern time zone team at night, but when you play these teams, that they're at more of a disadvantage. They're the one, like, I mean, you said Colin mentioned that. That's the point, right? It just,
Yeah.
no, I don't subscribe to that, but I get it. It's a great talking point. I get it. But nah, I don't, because I think the advantage is Colorado. Now, if you playing somebody Arizona, or you playing, USC, or you playing, what I'm saying, San Diego State, right? Then it's a wash,
Yeah.
because that's where they at. But nah, I don't think that's what it is.
Plus, yeah, this is a must-win game. Like, the playoffs start right now, man. In order for us to have a chance at getting to that championship, man, we gotta take care of business, man. We gotta go 8-1 in conference. It's crazy, man. I didn't really think, because like I would have thought coming into the season, Rod, that like no matter what, 8-1 in the conference would get you into the championship game no matter what. But it might not be the case, man, which is just crazy to think, man. Somehow BYU's pulling off these victories, and man, it would have been great to see UCF take care of business against Iowa State. But we're Kansas Jayhawks fans for the next like 4 weeks. They play all of the top opponents, man. I know this is kind of zooming out a little bit, but what have you thought about the rest of the Big 12 play right now?
Honestly, overall, I think college football play overall, not just Big 12, just overall, is taking a step back. Second,
Really?
as far, yeah, I think the games have been good, but I've seen a lot of bad play.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of bad play. But as far as the Big 12 goes, I think there's 2 surprises. There is the Oklahoma State surprise, and there's the Kansas Jayhawks surprise. Those are the 2 big surprises. Yes. I think coming into the season, I think all of us would have thought that Oklahoma State would fare a lot better than what they have fared. And Kansas, I can speak for myself. I thought that they would be in contention of winning the conference this year, right? So I think, and I dead dog wrong about that, and absolutely nobody saw UCF coming, being that bad.
No.
So when you see what I'm saying, so when that happens, then you get these outliers like the BYU, because somebody got to fill the slot. So you get the BYUs, you get the Cincinnati's, right? And that's what you get. So it's kind of, the Big 12 is kind of turned on its head. Now, Kansas State has been consistent, but I don't even think Kansas State has looked as good as we thought that they would look. That's a very beatable team.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I think so, man. Yeah. Do you think like some of the play has to do with just maybe more parity with all these teams now, or like the talent has been spread out a little bit more due to NIL and all that? I mean, I've loved seeing the upsets. It's crazy right now, Ra, we got Vanderbilt ranked in the top 25. It's just kind of been one of those years. Florida State looking like G5 bound type program. even though that won't happen. But it's crazy, and not just in the Big 12, but you've seen these big surprises happen in all the Indiana. Like that is that's one of the other crazy 3 wins last year, and now they might make the college football playoff, man. Like at least from an entertainment standpoint, I've enjoyed, I feel like, college football a little bit more just overall this year compared to some of the years in the past. Cal.
Now that's another surprise. Cal is another surprise. Yeah, Cal is. As a matter of fact, I think what has happened and made it a little more interesting is that, I mean, they've purged the conference. They purged the conference, right? So you got rid of the Pac-12, then your USC's and Oregon's jump to the Big Ten, and you get the the four corner schools to get to the Big 12: Utah, Arizona State, and Colorado. So they jump into the Big 12. So what happens is that nobody everybody has to play somebody. You feel what I'm saying? There's a whole lot more of Arizona having to play, supposed to be, these type of teams: Oklahoma State, Kansas State, right? TCU's, the Baylors, but they've taken a step back, but they have been playoff contenders before. So I just think that's what has happened. I think it has validated some schools. Oregon, got to get Oregon some shout out.
Yeah,
and
Oregon
Utah,
with a 5'11" quarterback. See that you gotta put the asterisks in there. I mean, they're doing it with the tiny person out there, man.
Right. And Utah, I've been trying to tell y'all. When you play teams that care about football, then all of a sudden you don't look so good. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, bro. But so I think that's what happened. I'm not surprised at all about Utah, and everybody knows I got Colorado beating Utah.
Yes. Let's talk about that, man. Let's talk about one of the better stories in college football this year, alongside FSU, has just been Utah. I think, man, now they're in this conference that none of their fans really wanted them in. They're talking all this mess. And I thought that they were going to be competitive, man. But we see, man, I think Cam Rising's body is just finally giving up. He's, he's looking like Aaron Rodgers out there, man. And so he's done for the season. I saw that their offensive coordinator stepped down, I think, but probably told to go pretty much. And I mean, that offense, it shocks me, man, how terrible it looks. This has got me questioning Kyle Whittingham, man. How can you roll out the same product like this 2 years in a row? How can you allow this to happen 2 years in a row, Rawhide?
Well, they get the pass last season, what I'm saying, that you was dependent on your quarterback. I think the defense and the team played okay. As far as in other areas, they couldn't score. But the problem I got with Utah, I don't know where they ranked that defensively, but they just don't even look good on that side of the ball. I mean, that was one of those little physical teams, right, that come there and play hard. They don't look like that on defense, bro.
Nah.
No, not to me, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't, man. And so I'm just happy to see the demise of Utah. That's all I'm happy for, bro. Let me just go ahead and call it call it what it is, bro. I'm just happy for the demise. I've been on that soapbox for 2 years now, and all that hard work I did arguing against people with Utah, all that hard work, bro. I feel vindicated. Man, honestly, though, let me just tell you about this season. This season makes me feel extremely good because I feel like I'm batting like 850.
Dude.
You know what I'm saying? Dude, yeah, well, I feel pretty good.
Well, I'm hoping next week we can get together for like the halfway point of like what we were right on, what we were wrong on, with what we predicted at the beginning of the year. But yes, Rob, like this season, man, has it is truly proven the Rawhide way of football, man. It leads to winning. Yeah, it leads to winning. You've been right about so many things. One, okay, I guess you're already falling in the path of Guru because you got your own Discord going. You got your own Discord going now. Like you got that audience. But also you need somebody to make like a highlight tape for you of just all the times you were ragging on Utah going back to last year. Going back to last year saying how they're not a good program. I've been burned by them too much, man. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. It took till this year for me to see it, but I thought that we'd get Utah this year too. I think right now that's definitely a game where not only do we win, but we got to kick their ass, man. That's how I feel about it. We got to kick their ass, and this is a program that's down bad right now.
Mm-hmm. Totally agree. And I'm not trying to change the subject or anything, but I want to ask you this in this Cincinnati game. What do you think? What is one of your keys for victory for Colorado?
This is simple, man. Going back to Rawhide style of football right now. Run the freaking ball, dude. Run the ball. I really do think our magic number, Raw, is 20 carries with the running back. That's all I feel. Like, if we can do that, and again, I think it's so funny when I was looking at the yards per carry from last year's team to this year, they're still bad either way, but we're not at 2.1 yards per carry anymore. We're at 2.7. Now we know like the minimum threshold you got to have with this team. It's just that. Let's get 80 yards on the ground. That would be phenomenal. And let's go win. So it's got to be that. Playing complementary football. I think even when the offense hasn't scored as many points as you wanted to see in the first half, because we're continuing to run the ball, it has benefited us in the second half to be better. Because in the games where we went away from the run in the first half, what happens, man? These teams are teeing off on us in the second half. Kansas State, Baylor, we were still able to come back because of it. But it really does start with Pat Shurmur, cooking, running the ball, man, not getting out of that. So that's my first key to the game. It ain't anything super sexy. Also, number two, man, we have to continue to have our linebackers, in my opinion, be the best players on the field, man, when it comes to this run defense, man, because they set the tone in terms of being able to just wrap up, not allowing yards after the any contact, anything like that. So those two things, again, they're traditional football keys to the game. But as long as we can just have a run game with a little bit of a heartbeat, that's all Shedeur needs, man. That's really all Shedeur needs. That's how I feel about it. But is there any specific matchups or keys that you got on your mind?
Yeah, I'm kind of piggybacking off of you. Yeah, I want them to run the ball, and I also want them to run against light boxes, bro. Clearly he doesn't listen to me, but yeah, bro. I want them to take advantage of those light boxes, and I just, I don't help protect Shedeur. I saw so many light boxes that they threw on. I don't know why they continue to do that, but I also agree with you on the 20 rushes, right? I'm not, me and you've had these conversations before, and I told you that I really care less about the amount of yards, but more so about the attempts.
Look at you, another thing you're right on, man.
Yeah, bro, the attempts, man. Because the attempts tells me that there is a conscious and honest effort to run the ball, right? And just and running the ball sporadically and going away from it because you only gained a yard. I don't think that's not the point. The point is to keep the defense honest.
Keep the
and Shedeur, continue, tuck it and run, bro. If it ain't there, go. That offense opens up. That offense opens up so much when he takes off and run.
Yes. He rolls out.
Man, just take off. Just move the chains. Get the 3. Get the 5. Slide. Get out. Man,
you see how easy it is for us to convert on 3rd and long, 3rd and 10, whatever, dude. We can just make that 5 yards to go. It's easy, man. It's easy.
Right.
Um, yeah, I'm wondering kind of what Cincinnati's gonna do because, like you brought up, man, they don't blitz a lot, but I think the only way you've been able to see defenses slow down this offense is by bringing pressure. And so I do wonder. Of course, it's always nice for defenses to stick with their identity and what they are comfortable with. But man, I do wonder if this is kind of a matchup where they try and mix this up a little bit because I just don't see, man, if you're just bringing 3 and maybe 4 occasionally, how you're going to plan to stop this defense or this offense at all, man. I feel like you have to bring pressure. You have to force Shedeur to see if he's willing to take the quick stuff.
Mm-hmm. Totally, bro. Totally agree. If you're now, Nebraska could get away with it because they had 2 beasts on the defensive line. I don't know if these guys, these 2 dudes on the defensive line for Cincinnati, are beasts. If they are, then maybe that's a different conversation. But just bringing 3, I'm going to go on I'm going to lean toward the numbers. Going on 3, 5, and if Colorado, the offensive line communicates, obviously you got to communicate. A 3-man rush, y'all. One of the advantages of that, you got to be able to count, right? And especially 3-3-5, you be able to, you're able to blitz in different kind of ways. But we just mentioned they don't do that. So I think that's a strategy for failure. If Cincinnati's doing that, this game should be over with by at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
There's no way you stopping Shedeur, bro, if he got time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not going to happen. And D-backs, you know how I feel about college football. Everybody's open in college football, bro. Everybody's open. I don't care whether you're Georgia or Alabama. Georgia and Alabama, for example, if we're going to consider them the best of the last few years, their defense was outstanding, and the defensive back play was good because they brought pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And they got to quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
If you give a team time to sit back there, hey, ask Vanderbilt. You give a team sit back there, a quarterback, I don't care who he is. If he got time, he's going to complete the ball.
Yes.
So Shedeur, bro, 500 yards, bro. This is a stat game.
Dude, let's go. Let's break all the single game records like we should have done against Stanford.
Yeah, bro. Stat game, bro. Hey, and I got to give LeJounte some credit. On this. Yeah, okay, I'll give him some credit. This is a game that he should really play well. Because Cincinnati don't like to get beat deep. They like to give you that underneath stuff, and that's going to be right wide open for the slot guy. So LeJounte Wester, I could see LeJounte go for. Well, first, let me back that up. How is Horn doing? I don't know how he's doing. Is he
I
okay?
don't know. I mean, I think he's doing all right. I think he's only got maybe a few hundred yards of receiving, but he's been quiet. I think defenses have tried to take away his big play ability, and that's why LeJounte has just been eating on all that stuff over the middle of the field. Yeah,
he should be. Yeah, hey, I could see LeJounte going for a bill and 120 yards, easy. Man, that's if they play that way. If they don't bring no pressure, they can block them 3, bro. The only problem is when Colorado can't block, it looks so bad because they don't do anything else to counter it.
No,
that's the problem.
Well, maybe it'll be better next play.
Yeah.
That's it. Now I do gotta ask you, like, sticking on the wide receivers, man. It's a damn shame, man. Omari Miller out for the year, man. What did you think of his play against Kansas State? That sucked, man. That sucked to see.
Okay, that's a sore spot with me, Omari Miller.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about him. Love him to death. Young man from a little small country town, man. But Vivian, Louisiana, man, listen, man. Look, he may be, I'm pushing it. I'm about to sound fanned out, so I ain't going to say that. But, bro, when he comes in, and not just the last game he played, every time he comes in, he shows up. He is Vinny. Y'all probably don't even know who this is. Vinny Johnson, the microwave that used to be with the Bad Boy Pistons, came off the bench. Bro, he comes in and produces, which makes you scratch your head like, how could a guy that don't get hardly any snaps come in and wreck shop in a game every single time. How is he not on the field, bro, all the time? Now, he hurt now. It's unfortunate. I'm sick about it, bro. I swear to God. I'm sick about it. Bro, he got hands out of this world. I just don't know why he didn't play more.
I know, man.
But he's off the chain, bro. But yeah, to answer your question, yes. I loved it, bro. I always do when I see him out there, bro. Because he's gonna produce.
No, he's gonna be a beast for us next year, man. He's gonna be an absolute beast. He's gonna be that guy. And it's so funny, man, because you could argue you could argue that even in his short spurts, he showed himself to be the best wide receiver on this team, man, which is so crazy.
Dave, is that not insane? Dave, is that not insane, bro? Dave, talk to me, Dave. Dave, is that not crazy?
I mean, dude, anytime he's targeted, man, he's just doing something. It's Travis Hunter level, man, where he's just he's making an insane play. There's never he's never making a catch where it's like, out in the flat, for a couple yards, and that's just man, dude. This guy's always breaking tackles, getting yards after the catch, like doing something crazy, making a crazy catch, catching it with a broken ankle. I mean, dude, that's just buff luck, man.
Bro,
that's how I feel.
Hey, he break his leg and then they tell him to get up and walk walk off the field. That's crazy, bro.
Right.
That's crazy, bro.
Field, man.
That's crazy, bro. Hey, man, I can't do nothing but give him all the praise that I can, man. I like his attitude, the way he carries himself. Yeah. You know, man. You know I like me some more. Oh, bro. You know I like me some more.
Yeah. And I do. Speaking of another how about Jordan man, getting on the field, this game against Arizona. I hate those stupid bubble screen plays, at the goal line, but it is what it is. He had another chance to catch a fade from Ryan Staub in the end zone, but Staub, you got to be better, man. It was nice to see Jordan get out there, man. And I hope to see him have some more action, this week. And again, credit to the development. You see Omari and Miller get better. You see Jordan get better. These guys have stuck around, man. I think Jason Phillips, a guy that you were very excited about coming over, I think he's done a phenomenal job. And he's got control of his room. We're not seeing any wide receivers get on social media and complain. That's what I'm talking about. Big time improvement out of the coaching, out of the unit, with just a ton of studs, dude. A ton of these guys could be starting on other college football teams. And, Jason Phillips has got these guys' mind right.
100%. 100%. And appreciate you, Bishop, for the membership, member for 2 months.
Guess he bought one.
Appreciate it, Bishop, man. And but yeah, man, Dave, I'm extremely excited about it, bro. I don't know. Saying some of these things that I'm saying, like I know we beat it up the last time. Coach Hart and
elite
Coach Flea. Not using that word, but we got
this is a safe space. You can use it over here. Elite. Say it with me. Elite.
I just hope people can see what time does, right? When you give people opportunity to ingratiate themselves within a program and get comfortable and give them opportunity, right, to to affect the program. This is what happens.
That's true, but also when I put them on the hot seat, when I say they need to get ready for FCS, they get it together.
You're right. You're right. You made sure that they got focused. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Yes.
You know what I mean? You made sure they got focused, man. So I'm just happy for them. I'm happy for the coaches. Yeah. I'm happy for the coaches also, especially the ones that y'all try to put knots on my head for defending. So I'm happy for all of those guys.
Man, you see, I don't know how people can't call you a buff fan, Rawhide, man. You're defending some of these guys, man. You're the only one. You've been the only one at certain points, but what was I gonna say, man, about the coaching staff? Flea, how have you felt right now about our running backs, man? How have you felt about that rotation?
Well, when you're talking about the rotation. Okay, the rotation.
Well, if there's something else you want to say about the running
No,
back,
no, no, no. Yeah, I mean, if
go
you're talking
ahead.
about the rotation, I don't really the rotation go. I'm good with it. I thought Hayton would show a little bit better, and
Mhm.
they fixed that. It's unfortunate for the running backs. You can't really give them a good assessment because nobody gets a lot of carries, so it's really hit or miss. So I'm really not gonna blame them. I don't blame the players on that. I think the rotation is okay, and I think that the running backs has done what has been expected of them. Crow
Yeah,
out the last second. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think that that's what they're doing. So
yeah.
I'm good with it. I give them, I'm good with it for what they asking them to do.
Yeah, it's a bummer, man. That I know that obviously we all know that Hayden's been playing, but I do wonder, man, if sometimes when you come back from those high ankle sprains in season, you're just not yeah, as bursty as you were beforehand. Like we didn't really get to see Hayden run the ball much prior to that injury, so you don't really know. But those things are always tough to. Like, again, I feel like Carter Stoudemire, he was one that played through a high ankle last year, and didn't look the same halfway through the season or whatever. But by the way, man, I just got to bring this up again, man. That how this fan base talks about the safety group. Good lord. I've never seen anything like it, man. I've never seen anything like it. You know how all these fans do. One Sanders kid can't do anything wrong. Shedeur can't do anything wrong. Now you look at
The
the other
brother.
Sanders kid on the
Yeah.
defensive side of the ball, man. This kid can't do anything right. This dude can't do anything right according to this fan base. They want him off the field. Man, Carter Stoudemire is better than him now, according to everybody. According to you, according to you
How do you
too.
feel
But
about it? How do you feel about it? Because the last time we talked, we asked about what should have happened. That was 2 games ago,
and then he
right?
went and played the worst game of his life. He went and played the
Yeah.
worst game of his
Hey,
life.
the whole game I'm doing this day. Are you not gonna text me, Dave? I say, are you serious? I'm like, whole time I'm like, are you seriously not gonna text me? I know you're gonna text me, right?
Oh, oh my gosh, dude, that was so hard to watch. But yeah, I can't go away from Shiloh. Just after one game, just like you can't go away from these assistant coaches after one season, right, Raw?
You're right. You're right though. You're
You're
100
right,
percent right on
man.
that.
But I feel great with what we got in the safety room. Yeah, I think everybody played better last week, including Shiloh. But man, I just
Mhm.
think it's so funny, man. I, I feel like people just, what is it? What is it about certain players where people are just looking for them to just suck, man? They're just trying to find ways, man. Why this guy sucks? I just don't. I just
Wait. Hold on. Say that one more time.
they're just
Who,
looking. They're just looking for reasons to say, man, this guy just sucks, man. Get this guy off the field. Like they're always focusing on like maybe the one or two bad plays. I mean, I guess I'm trying to think of you guys can let me know in the comments who do I do that with, but I just don't know why people can't just say, you know what, I was wrong. I was wrong. You know, Shot,
Mhm.
Carter's a good player, man. But why does it have to be Carter's a good player and now Shiloh sucks too? Why does it have to be like those sorts of things? I feel like it's always if you got to
Yeah.
bring up one player, you got to tear down another player. Now, don't get me talking about walk-ons. That's a different conversation. But if we're talking about scholarship players, man, it's like
Yeah.
I feel like all these guys are good to a degree, man.
Yeah. Now you are the man that tears up walk on players. I will say that, but I respect it though. I respect it. I don't know, man. I don't know. The only player that I look. I remember at the beginning of last year I had some statements about Shiloh, right? Because people was trying to make him out to be the next thing coming, the next running lot. But
Oh yeah. He's either a first round draft pick or he sucks.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I try to offer perspective, right? I try to offer perspective on you know what I'm saying, when we talk about these guys. And honestly, I don't even like to crap on them, to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? But I don't, man. I don't. I don't. I don't like to crap on them, bro.
No.
But some of them play well, some of them don't. I think the offensive line, there's a particular gentleman on the offensive line that I think that should have shown better, right? And he hasn't. But outside of that, man, I put more of the onus on coaching. And I think that's been my main point most of the time, even through last year's season. It's coaching. Good coaches can get any and everything out of players, right? If you ain't got it, that's fine. If a player doesn't have the ability, that's fine. But turnovers, penalties, discipline, that's all on the coaches.
Yes.
That's all on coaching, bro.
We brought the
I
penalties
lean
way
more
down
so
this
on
year,
coaching
man.
than I do players. Huh? Say what?
We brought the penalties way down this year, man.
Oh yeah, they played. Oh, the coaching has been ever since the what game was that? The UCF game. I think the coaching has been a lot better.
Yes. Yeah.
A lot better, bro. Coach Prime hadn't done anything that made me scratch my head, because he will throw a curveball out there on you, but he hadn't done anything. He looks like he's even more disciplined as a head coach, bro. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
No doubt. I got to pause here. Lenny, man, you're cracking me up. He says, I love listening to you two guys flip-flop. Y'all flip-flop so much. I love it. Thank you. Chairman A saying a $5 super saying, Dave, you did that with the whole team last year. Yeah, I guess I did talk about how much they sucked at the end of the year. Not to mention Shane Cokes, but okay. I'm going to go back on this and talk about Shane Cokes, man. I never said I didn't want Shane Cokes on this team. Now, I will say, I did not believe he was a starter on a good Colorado Buffaloes football team. He proved me wrong. Another thing where you're right there, Rawhide. Another thing where you're right. Now, people, and again, thank you for the cup of coffee, Chairman A. It's always nice to get a cup of coffee with being reminded of how bad I am at this. But a lot of people, man, are bringing this up, man. Rawhide, you stood on 6-6. Now we still haven't gotten past 6-6, man. But yeah, remind people, man. What was your prediction? What was your expectation for the Bucs?
I guess I'm gonna have to. I guess I'll just have to cut me a cut out of video. I just gonna have to cut me a video and play this. I always say it. A good team, if a team is going in the right direction. How many games did I say that? You can say it for me, because I know you heard me say it a million times, bro. Say it for me so that they won't think I'm lying. Just what did I say?
What do you say about what?
If a team is improving, what should they do? 2 to 3 games, right?
Yeah. Go 7 wins.
I've always said that. And I'm going to stick to the 6. I'm sticking to the 6. I don't have no problem with that. I'm sticking to it.
Then they exceed.
Like I told,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, what's crazy about it? Coach Prime has my prediction. He's trying to get old girl to the bowl. How many times have he said that? So me and Coach Prime are walking in lockstep. See, this is the only difference that I've said is once. I've said this 1,000 times. I'm going to be happy with 6-6, but I'm going to be ecstatic for 10-2.
Yes.
But fan bases are insane in the membrane. If they don't get to 10-2, they mad at 6-6. Yes. It don't make no sense to me.
Yes. No. It don't make it. And just because you predict doesn't mean you're not rooting. You're not rooting for the team.
I know. I don't know. I don't get it, bro. It's weird behavior.
It is very strange, but Reverend BJ Nelson has taken us to church right now, Rawhide. So yeah, we need to do this. He's saying, again, thank you for the $10, Reverend. He says, Dave and Rawhide, 1 John 1:9 says, if we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us of our sins and cleanse us from all unrighteousness. Does this, Reverend, are you trying to get rid of Dark Side Dave? I mean, it has been a while since he has made an appearance It has been quite a while, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things I've been wrong on. There's been some things that I've been right on, but one thing that I will always stand firm about. We ain't building this program around a 5'10" quarterback, man. No, there is no way, dude, that we're
You are
gonna be
insane,
doing that,
Dave.
man. Nah,
You
man.
are insane. I swear to God.
There
you're
is no
insane.
way, man, that we're doing that. Do you got any wishes right now, Rawhide, for the quarterback for next year? Is there anybody that you would somewhat want to, like, you can somewhat see jumping in the portal that you think we could have a shot at? I haven't really thought about it too far.
No, I hadn't looked or seen anybody in the portal, or may hit the portal. So I don't know. I will say that I'm expecting them to get a portal guy. I think the starting quarterback will probably be a portal guy. I will say that.
Yeah, let's say we win 8, 9, 10 games, Raw. I don't want a true freshman quarterback taking over a 10-win team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how good you are.
I mean,
my expectations have changed now. If we finish that way, if we finish with 10 wins this year, now screw that, man. Go and get the guy to build on top of this with, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But the big question, I don't think that's the biggest question for can they afford them. I think that's the question. I mean, what did they say? A good quarterback is going to go about $3 million out of the portal. Is that the going rate? So can you afford them? And if they can afford, I think if they can afford them, they'll be able to get almost anybody they want out of the portal.
Yeah. We'll just have to see, man, who jumps in. Mm-hmm. I really have no idea. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Now, did you say Omari Miller is going to hit the portal, or is Texas Truth trolling you right now?
Who's that? Ross said, Miller would hit the portal. Oh, he may hit the portal. What's his point is he trying to make?
I don't know, man. We'll worry about all that stuff at the end of the year.
I don't know what they're telling him. He may. You're 100% right. He may hit the portal. Texas Truth. You're right,
dude. So might everybody, man. Who
I know, right? Did you think Dylan Edwards was going to hit the portal? I mean, what are you talking about? I don't get it. I don't understand what he's saying. I don't. Yeah. Hey, Caleb Downs hit the portal from Alabama. I don't know what to tell you.
Dude,
yeah, I know Stevie Davy.
Dude, I haven't seen this motivated, dedicated guy since was it UCF?
No, that's Georgia. He's a Georgia fan, and he's a Georgia fan, and he's been walking on cloud 9 here lately.
Oh man, let me tell you, man, motivated, dedicated. This guy was a huge believer in Dave Aranda, man. The last time I saw motivated, dedicated in here, he was saying Dave Aranda was going to do all sorts of things to Shedeur Sanders and this Buffalo's offense, and then. Again, I gotta put you on blast, motivated, dedicated. I never seen a defensive genius give two of the most dumbass defensive calls at the end of the game in my life. I just had to say that, man. Would run that dumbass Hail Mary coverage at the end. Got beat not once but twice, and I just gotta say, man, that was a beautiful thing to watch. The football gods punished Dave Aranda for his ignorance and his arrogance, rushing 5 and dropping 6 against Shedeur Sanders in that receiving core, playing man coverage, dude, on Jonte Wester, putting 3 on Travis Hunter.
That was terrible.
Why don't you just put fucking 8 guys in the fucking end zone?
Bro, that was terrible, bro. That was just terrible, bro. That's another example of bad football play. Now, as for the fan base, it was a good thing. It was a good thing for the fan base, but just talking about the football portion of it, that was god awful. Awful.
Yeah,
bro.
I gotta say, man, I think we both talked about how I think Coach Prime has gotten better with the game management, all of those decisions for the most part. But I think sometimes people would act like he would be the only coach that has made poor decisions, man. It's been great to see some of these other coaches make dumbass decisions, man, against this team. It has been freeing. It's been liberating, man. To see Brett Brennan open up the game with an onside kick, you might as well have just forfeited the game. To see Dave Aranda do his thing at the end of the game, I mean, it was, that was so stupid. Coaches get in their own way so often.
Bro, they think they so smart now. That's the problem. I'm like, football has showed you what it is since they have been playing this game. There is no tricks to this. There ain't no tricks, man. There ain't nothing. When you do that, you just told me you don't believe in your team. When you do that.
That's why I hate going for it against North Dakota State. 4th and 1 at the beginning of the game, dude.
Bro, that's what that means, bro.
Yeah. And we got away from doing that, dude. We don't do that no more.
No, you don't. And I'm so happy about that. No. And I got to give Coach Prime, I give him an apology. Because I was on his head a lot for that. It was still dumb as hell. Don't get it twisted. But I saw another coach do it. I can't remember the game. They were on I think they was on like the 14. And I was like, nobody does that. Now, it wasn't exactly the same, but it was close enough where I'm like, okay, all right then. Somebody else has done the crazy. So Coach Prime, you wasn't the only one on that. I'm just glad you have grown from that, and I'm glad that he has figured it out, bro. I think he has figured it out.
Yes.
I think he's figured it out.
But and this might ruffle some feathers, man. We saw this news yesterday. We got a high-end blue chip kicker, Red Armstrong or whatever his name is, coming in to visit this week. I think he's a 5-star kicker.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Nobody's replacing Mata, Dave.
No?
Dave. And let's be honest about it. Mata ain't even... Okay, hold on. Mata ain't even hurt the team. Yeah, he ain't even hurt the team. Why y'all be on Mata like that, Dave? Why y'all be on Mata like that? He ain't even hurt the team, Dave.
I just had to see what you were gonna say, man. I think he's special teams player of the week this past week. I think as long as he doesn't miss a field goal for the rest of the year, I think he could make like a 3rd-team all conference. I think he could do it.
I don't know about that, but I hadn't watched him and said, okay, Mata has cost him anything, bro. I think y'all mentioned something about going for it on 4th and 8, right?
Well, we went for it on 4th and 10 again.
Yeah, something like
now,
that.
why I didn't love that. I understood it. And, it's at the edge of the field goal range. You got confidence in your defense. Like, I understand it. It's not always ideal. To be going for it on 4th and 10 on the opponent 30. I understand.
Yeah. What do you know? Where were they at? I'm trying to figure out what the how long the field goal would have been. What yard line were they on?
That would have been a 47.
See, I would have personally liked to see Mata try it, just so people will like Mata more.
See, now you're a Mata defender, dude. If he makes a 3rd-team all conference, I need to buy you one of his jerseys, dude. I need to do that. So you just
do not buy the same size as your jersey you sent to me,
dude.
There's no way I can get into that.
Have you started the Bishop Thomas shrine? Or I guess now it's Tafik Thomas. Now he's 95. Yeah. But dude, these stupid Fanatic jerseys, dude, they're always like too small. It's like really frustrating. Like I need to just start ordering XLs. It's like really annoying. But anyways, yeah, like I hope we get this kicker, and I mean, it's nice to see us sign Christian Hudson. I don't know if you've taken a look at him or at least get his commit now. He'll sign hopefully in December. Have you looked at him at all? Any thoughts on him flipping from UCF?
No, I hadn't looked. No, I hadn't. I hadn't looked at him. I did look at the guy that they just recently signed. I think you just did a show on him, unless I heard you wrong.
Yeah, I did a show on it earlier. Oh yeah. Dude can move, man. He also plays guard and see a little Warren Sapp. I could see like why Warren Sapp went after him. Man, I like him. So I guess that my guess is that we probably won't see him till after his redshirt year. I would assume he redshirts just like Brandon Davis Swain probably will, and we'll just we'll go from there. But Raw,
He's your new block bully. Your new block bully.
Yeah, well, I'm saying every year we need to have a I'm gonna just give out the title of Mr. Penetration. This year it's BJ Green. BJ always penetrating Green. I mean, that dude's always penetrating, and I think he can take on that crown at some point when he gets on the field, being Christian always penetrating Hudson, Mr. Penetration. That's who it's gonna be, man. But yeah, he's our next Aaron Donald.
Whoa. Well, we doing that. Oh, yeah. I didn't know we was doing that. We doing that?
Yeah, dude. You either suck or you're elite in this world, man.
No, you're right about that. These spaces, you either suck or elite. There is no room for just good or average. No.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but man, we got some guys that are just penetration experts, man. I love it, man. It's great. So sorry, we're kind of getting derailed here, but I just gotta say, man, Lil Durk, murder for hire, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's crazy.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, it's terrible, man. It's terrible, man. But no, I'm not a Mata hater, guys. I just want to see us be amazing at special teams, and we've been okay. We've been okay.
Yeah.
Mark Bassett hasn't been punting a lot, so that's always a good sign, right? And yeah, I feel like we should win these next 5 games if we play up to our potential. Do you feel like the baseline for this team has raised?
Yeah, I think they're if they won 8, I wouldn't be surprised by it at all.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised by that. I think that was your original prediction, wasn't it? 8.
8-4, yeah. And man, like I'd be great to just I'd be thankful to be wrong about that, man, in a good way. Like if we could get to double-digit wins, like, do you find yourself daydreaming at all, Rob, about if things just go in our favor, man? If we can get to that championship, if we can make the freaking college football playoff, man, wouldn't that just be the most hilarious thing ever? Do you got money on that? Did you put some money on that along with Travis Hunter?
Look, I just need them to win for Travis Hunter. Bro, I'm being selfish. I need them for Travis. I think it's a done deal. I don't know if he can get it now. I don't know if he can get it now. But with the game that he played, see I think the problem with Travis is they don't play any big games. So there's no real prime time. Hey, you can't wait to see the game. You wait all week to talk about it, right? You're not getting that. Georgia, Texas, you're not getting Alabama, Tennessee. It's not that, or Ohio State, Oregon.
Yeah.
And voters tend to apply a lot of weight on those type of games if the players are good. The good news for Travis is nobody over there that's playing in those big time games has performed to his level. And I think every one of those, and also the people who was in the running, has took a few steps back. So that helps Travis. I think, but him playing that last game and not performing like he needed to, I think that may have hurt him a little bit. I would have preferred him not to play that game. I would have preferred him not to play at all. Now, I'm being selfish. Now, this is just for me. I personally wish he didn't play that last game because I think him not playing, like I don't think voters are digging in to see why you had a bad game. But if they see that you have played less games, then understanding come in like, okay, he was injured that game.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I wish he had not played for me, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, what do you think about his Heisman hopes? I mean, what do you think? Do you think that last game affected it at all?
I think it might have affected it a little bit because, yeah, it was his first kind of quiet game. But if he can still have 800 to 1,000 receiving yards, double-digit touchdowns, and like 5 interceptions, like how can you, and like throwing a pick 6, like I don't see, and they win 8+ games. I don't see how you can deny his greatness. And right now, you can say that they have won every game that he's played in. You know, you can still say that about Arizona. And granted, you know, he only played the half, but it's because it wasn't necessary. But what pisses me off, I understand that Ashton Genty, you know, he's a fantastic talent. You can't give the Heisman to a guy who's just tearing up G5, man. I'm sorry. You can't do it. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how it's a great story. Again, you can write a movie about it. You know, you're not playing against Power 4 competition, man. If you're doing that every week, let's see how you fare out. But plus, I hate Boise State's blue field. It was cool 20 years ago. It's not cool anymore. It looks atrocious. It looks awful on TV. I don't want to see it anymore. You're not giving the best player and the award to the best player in college football to somebody who's not playing the best talent, man. And that's why it's like I never understood like people saying that Shedeur should be in the Heisman race during his last year at Jackson State. No, man, you're playing FCS talent. As wonderful as it is to watch, you're not giving the Heisman to somebody who's playing G5. Again, it's a great story. People love to see Stetson Bennett's. People love to see, you know, go from walk-on to Heisman finalist to winning national championships, all that. But, you know, sometimes, man, it just needs to go to the best player at the highest level that's doing something that we just haven't seen before, man. And like these quarterbacks are mid. These quarterbacks are mid compared to past years for the Heisman race.
I agree to that. I just heard somebody talk about the quarterbacks for the upcoming draft, and they were saying they wouldn't draft nobody. But let me say this. Let me ask you these questions here. The dude did drop didn't he drop 200 on Oregon?
Yeah, he did. That's great. Since when are we giving Heisman awards based off of one game?
Well, they do that a lot, though. You know the Heisman moment, right? Okay, second question, which I don't know, bro. It could be in a way. I got money on Travis, so go. Hey, shout out to Travis. So let me ask you this: is the difference in play from the Big 12 and the G5, is that a smaller margin than the difference between the SEC and the Big 12?
No.
You said it's not a smaller margin?
Oh, wait. Smaller margin? The Big 12 is closer to the SEC than the Big 12 is closer to the G5.
You think so?
Hell yeah, I do. Hell yeah, I do.
Okay. All right.
I'll stand on that. I'll stand on it.
Okay. All right. All right. That may be true.
Now, again, Oregon's the number one team. Like, again, it's a great story, man. You're not giving the Heisman to a guy who's playing G5 for 11 out of the 12 games, dude. Now, maybe if they make the college football playoff, you can justify it more. But, dude, let's be real, man. You're going to see whatever G5 team, whether it's Army, Boise State, whatever, just get absolutely blown out once the college football playoff starts. It's a wasted spot.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about it.
I get it. No, I get. No, I mean, I don't necessarily I don't necessarily disagree with how you came up with that. It's gonna be hard not to give a Heisman Trophy because the difference is this. Now with the G5, in the end, it's the same as everybody as far as they're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be talked about at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Boise State is probably going to be playing in the playoffs. So you couple all that and you break the rushing record in college football.
Oh, come on, dude. At the G5, dude. Who cares if he breaks Barry Sanders' record, dude? He's not doing it in the Big 12. He's not doing it in the ACC. The Big 10. Dude, this is my issue, dude. This is the trophy generation. This is the participation trophy. No matter what level you're playing at, dude, that's exactly what this is, man. I don't care you had one good game, dude. You're playing at Boise State.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you, Boise State's gonna make the playoffs, and he may break the rushing record. He's gonna be talked about on ESPN, FS1, Fox all the time. See, before they really didn't have an avenue, right, to the big games, so no one knew about him. He's gonna be a household name at the end of the season.
So where was Colt Brennan? Where was Colt Brennan when he broke the passing record, right?
Yeah, but
it's the same stuff.
I'm just telling you how I think it's gonna play it out. I like Travis too, but I can see it. It's gonna be hard not to give it to him. He break and in 2024 when nobody runs the ball like that, really.
Dude, bro, this is a slap in the face to the generational player that Travis Hunter is. Y'all say that I'm negative? Nah, man. This is offensive. This is offensive for people to say, you know what? We're going to give the Heisman Award to a G5 running back over Travis Hunter, who, by the way, Rawhide, even though he's missed 4 quarters of football, essentially, a little bit more than 4 quarters of football, still averaging 108 snaps a game. And then we got these bitches coming out here saying, I don't understand what he's doing. That's that special, man. Come on, man. This is unlike anything we've ever seen. And with the quarterback class being mid for the Heisman Award this year, Jalen Milroe ain't doing nothing. Dylan Gabriel's a nice story, but yeah, whatever. He should be a finalist now. Shedeur Sanders, we win 10 games, he should be there, but we need to focus in on one guy to get the votes from CU, right? We can't split the vote. That's bad. We can't split the vote. We got to focus in on one guy, man. This is the year to give it to Travis Hunter, and it is offensive if we just give it to a running back because he broke Barry Sanders' record that he set at in the Big 12 because he did it in the Mountain West Conference. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I hear you. I just don't believe it's going to go that way. As a matter of fact, and in addition to that, and if it don't go to Genty, somebody just mentioned, it'll probably go to Cam Ward.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah. Because Miami's been bad. They've been bad. Well, not good. They hadn't been Miami. So they've been bad. Now, all of a sudden, they're going to probably win the conference, go to the playoffs. May drop only one game, and I'm just giving them game. You can't look at the schedule and see a game that they should lose. So they'll be undefeated or one loss. He'll lead the team. I don't know where he at ranks in the nation as far as throwing. Bro, it'll probably end up going to him. That's just how they do it, bro.
Oh, man, just give it to the guy who's got best conditioning. Is that what you guys hear me saying, man? You guys are terrible. You guys are terrible, man.
I'm just saying, I want Travis to win too. You just don't know. I offered listen, I'm giving away $1,000 if Travis wins the Heisman.
It's a lot.
Now there's a caveat. You got to, you know what I'm saying, you got to be in the Discord, and you are. But, bro, I want him to win bad. I want him to win bad, bro. But it's gonna be hard, man. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard.
I need 200 yards of receiving from Travis in this game, and then he's back up top, baby. Then he's back up top. That's all he needs, man. Is just some big games. He can do that. He can do that.
No, I think he's probably gonna need. I think he's gonna need a little more than. I think he's gonna need a little more than 1,000 yards. He's gonna need somewhere around between 12 and 1,500 yards receiving. I think to get back in it, and he's gonna have to get a pick six, bro. And playing at 9:15 at night is not doing him any favors.
No. Playing at 9:15 at night? No, everybody's staying up to watch these games, man.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Didn't we have more viewership for Kansas State, Colorado than we had for the Arizona game last week?
Yeah, but we ain't voting for Heisman. That's us. That's the minions. No,
Travis Hunter is better than Charles Woodson. Statistically, for all you stat nerds that are in the comments, for all you stat nerds. He's better than Charles Woodson. He's better than Champ Bailey. And if Christian McCaffrey is not gonna win the Heisman, how the hell are we gonna give it to Ashton Genty?
If who? Who's the other guy you said?
Christian McCaffrey did not win the Heisman.
Yeah.
And
a lot of
we're
people
just gonna give it to
that.
this running back, dude.
Who won it over Christian that year?
I think it was like Mark Ingram or something like that.
Oh yeah, but you also know
Maybe
Mark
it's
Ingram
okay.
won a natty. They won a natty the year he won the Heisman. Yeah.
Hell yeah, he's better than
matters.
Devin Hester, dude.
Yeah, he's
Hell
better
yeah.
than Devin Hester in college.
Yeah. Travis could be Devin Hester if he wanted to be. They just don't put him back there. Hell, you could have him doing kickoffs too. I believe it. That guy's good at everything he does.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I want him to win it. I think it's an uphill battle, though. I just think it's an uphill battle, bro.
Well, Vegas agrees with you, man. It still is. I think he's still like right there, like number 5 for the best odds. So there's still a handful of guys ahead of him. But this is just me as a fan, dude. I'm just frustrated. I think he deserves it. And again, I watch this team every single week, and I understand how important he is to this team winning.
What's his odds right now? What's his odds?
I think depending on the book, it's like between 1,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,500 plus 2,000.
Okay, it was plus 900 before he got hurt.
It was plus 1,900.
No, 900. 900.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they did go down then.
Yeah. So
yeah. CMC should have won the Heisman, dude.
I don't know.
They shouldn't give it to another running back until they give CMC a Heisman.
Yeah.
If we're just gonna give away Heismans to great running backs moving forward, we might as well go back in time and give every great running back a Heisman, man. That's how I feel about it. So, yeah. But anyways, Raw, thanks for getting on here chatting with me.
No, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Just go ahead.
No, you go.
No, I was just gonna let everybody know I'll be going live panel show immediately after we end. So if you all don't like my takes or you think you're welcome to come over there and join the panel and talk to us about it or me about it.
Oh, that sounds entertaining. Yeah. And it sounded like it might be just an Ashton Genty love fest over there. So, I'm going to have to tune in. We'll have to see how
we've been missing you too, Dave. You need to come back. Come on back on the panel.
I do. Well, okay. So whatever is like, because before, like last year, I would go on YouTube and then I would see that suggested to me, like Rawhide going live. Are some of your lives private right now versus public?
Yeah,
like,
I do make. No, it ain't gonna be private. No. But okay. I do after the live. Depending on how the live goes, is depending on whether I make it members only or not.
Okay, but this one's gonna be out for the public.
Yeah. So people welcome to come.
All right. Well, maybe I'll make a little guest appearance, guys. But Rawhide,
bro, if I didn't go live, these creators wouldn't have anything to talk about outside of you and outside of you and Coach Hayes. I mean, if it ain't for me, what would they be talking about?
Man, you got that right. You got that right. Y'all go subscribe to Rawhide. Have some fun. Mata for the Heisman. Let's go. Brady B. Braska Rascal, thanks for showing up. Hope you guys can average more than 4 yards a play on offense now moving forward. And we'll be back again next week. We'll talk about what predictions we gave preseason are right, what we've been wrong on, but mostly what we've been right on, of course. We're amazing. So, Ra, thanks again for coming in. And head over to the panel in the description afterwards. I'll see you guys later. Sco Buffs.
Sco Buff.